So, okay, let's start with a very basic question around data science, right? Just very basic. What is this? What is AI? What is this word AI, artificial intelligence?
Hmm. I don't have anything to share today, but probably just a snippet from a Google Chrome, as in just a snippet for all of you to understand this. And I'll give some of the HR examples continuously, right, that you do day in and day life.
Sure.
When you get a requisition, right, or a requirement from somebody, right, you start talking to that hiring manager, whoever it is, prospective client or a person who wants to recruit somebody. You start deeping down and digging down, and you create a document. Sometimes that document is created, and the output of the discussion that you get is called a job description. Correct? Once the job description is created, then you start searching on what you understood or probably what has been written on the job description. How do you find it generally? What do? You start mining the keywords inside the documentation, right? You float it around on the internet, and then you start mining through the keywords while creating a complex architecture in your mind. You combine multiple keywords. Something is relevant, something is not relevant, good to have, must have, and so on and so forth. You search through multiple portals, right? You find a list of people. This is called data aggregation. Once you get the data of all these people, what is the data? The data is nothing but the resumes of those people. Once you get them in the line, what you generally do, I mean, a lot of people practice it. Some people are very sharp in their brains. They keep all the 200, 500 resumes in their brain. But generally, a person like me would do something like, I'll create an Excel sheet, and I will write their name, phone number, address, what is their current salary, expected CTC, and so on and so forth. And then you would take their phone number and see how many keywords that you wanted to have in the job description actually matches with that person. So now his resume is irrelevant to you. It's there, of course. You need to share it with the prospective client. This is called data processing. You're processing the data in your mind. Okay. What is the output of this? There is always an output to everything. Okay. What is the output of this? Out of 500 people, you through two approaches. One is a gut feeling, right? As in when you grow up in experience, you can understand, यार ये तो join करेगा, ये pass हो जाएगा. First of all, ये pass हो जाएगा, right? If I give this candidate through to the hiring people, right? The probability of taking the interview, they will take the interview for this guy. So the internal recruiter in the organization will go ahead and select this candidate. It depends upon two things. One is your gut feeling. Gut feeling is nothing but domain expertise. Okay. Second is your data processing, and third is your analysis. These three gets combined together, and you create a list of 10 top candidates that you give to them. You know, your first feeling is 100% of them will convert. That doesn't happen. So then starts a process which is called learning. You forget about machine write. Forget about everything is written there. Focus on the words that I'm saying. It's called learning. You gave 10 candidates. All of them got rejected. You came back. You again went to the hiring manager. He said, नहीं Java भी चाहिए, Python भी चाहिए, SQL भी चाहिए. Right? But you will say, yeah, you never said Python, you never said Java. Now you want Java also. You again go back to the school books. Again data engineering. Right? You start downloading, you start the entire process, you do all the jargon. Right? This is called an iterative process. Okay. Again, an Excel sheet pops up, you get the 10 or 15 people. Now you will increase the headcount because you are not sure. Now you're mentally prepared that if I give 10 candidates, the rejection rate might be higher. So give 15 or 20. Okay. Now, since you have done one step of work, you would have 2 people who will go through the interview round. So out of 15, how many went through? 2, right? If you repeat this process 5 times, you will increase it 3 folds. This is a basic, this is how basic school probability works. And this is how human mind works, right? This process is called, if you make the machine learn what you did right now, is called machine learning. Okay. Now, you did it for a client multiple times. So for example, let's say you have an ABC company limited. You always deal with one particular type of recruiter or a type of recruiter and a particular type of hiring manager, right? You have been doing this for the hiring manager for last 2 years. So you are 100% sure what kind of candidates he loves and prefers. Please do understand, the first round is only technical. All the other rounds, whichever he qualifies, depends upon communication, versatility, due diligence. Even if I'm a brilliant programmer, I might not pass the test because of my communication, right? I need to communicate further. This, along with the domain expertise that you generate, goes into machine learning. So if you train a machine to do this, what you are doing right now, okay, that you did, you would be able to automate this condition. But what did you automate here? Through your manual exercise that you did, right? You went ahead and initially found 100 people, out of which you got 10 people, right? In your first instance, imagine a machine is working alongside with you, right? You tell the machine, hello, robot, right? Or a algorithm, whatever. Go ahead and I'm giving you this, and these are my parameters. This is how the end customer would want, or the client would want, or a hiring manager would want. These are called my parameters. I give you my parameters. Go ahead and search every corner of the world and search me this. It is always verified that you will get 3 times the more output that you generated. However, as I said, domain expertise comes very much into the system, right? Because the more that you know about the end client or the hiring manager and what he or she needs, your choice will be much, much more bigger and perfect. So where only 2 people went in the first round, out of 10 people, you will crack 8 people into the system to at least go through the round 1. The more that you learn, the more that you qualify. Machine works on the same principle. Human being takes 24 years to learn. Machine will take 24 months to learn. Simple.
Awesome, 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 awesome. So this was
Now,
really yeah.
what is, so this is machine learning. So what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is a combination of all of these, right? Artificial intelligence is a product or a byproduct of all these things that we did so far. You create a product out of it, basically. You package it in a system, right? And then you create it, right? Like Microsoft Excel. They learned that this is a problem. For 10 years, Bill Gates did that exercise and got up a system which is called Microsoft Excel. And it went through multiple versions today, right? Currently, you are using 2000 Microsoft Excel 2007 or 13 and so on and so forth, right? So over the last few years, they kept on enhancing the features. So all these things are necessary, and we'll get onto each individual problem. So I hope people are clear about data, the science behind it, and automating the science, which is called machine learning, and automating this entire process and packaging it into a product is an artificial intelligence.